If you're into real Hollywood drama, behind-the-scenes tension, and unexpected celebrity walkouts, you're not going to want to miss this one. This story has it all: intensity, confrontation, and a twist that no one saw coming. Stick around, because what happened backstage was even more shocking than what aired live. And remember to hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more explosive celebrity moments, because this one will leave you speechless. It was just another weekday morning. Coffee cups clinked in kitchens across the country. Viewers tuned into The View, expecting the usual mix of hot topics, jokes, and celebrity guests. But no one, not the audience, not the producers, not even the co-hosts, could have predicted the storm that was about to hit when Harrison Ford walked onto that set. He was there to promote his latest film, a gritty war drama set in post-World War II Europe. Classic Ford, strong, silent, smoldering. At 83, Harrison Ford still commanded the room. He walked onto the stage wearing a crisp navy blazer, button-down shirt, and that signature expression, half amused, half exhausted. The applause was thunderous. Joy Behar welcomed him with her usual smirk and a quick quip. "Well, look who's still handsome and still grumpy. Harrison Ford, everyone." He cracked a smile. "Still grumpy? That's generous. These days I'm downright intolerable." The crowd laughed. It was all going smoothly, at first. Whoopi asked a few easy questions about the movie. Sarah Haynes brought up some nostalgic moments from his Indiana Jones days. Even Sunny Hostin complimented the emotional weight of his new role. Everything was on track. Until Joy pivoted. "So Harrison," she said casually, flipping through her cue cards, "this movie touches on nationalism, misinformation, and post-war trauma. Pretty relevant themes these days, wouldn't you say?" Harrison shifted in his seat. "It's a period piece," he replied. "It's about history, not current events." Joy pressed forward, smiling but sharp. "Sure, but don't you think there's a responsibility for actors, especially iconic ones like you, to speak out on the world we're living in now?" There was a pause. You could feel it, like the air had been sucked out of the studio. Harrison leaned forward slightly. "I'm not a politician, Joy. I tell stories. I don't do sound bites." The tension crackled. Joy raised an eyebrow. "That sounds a bit like a cop-out. With your platform, silence can be dangerous, don't you think?" Whoopi looked uncomfortable. Sarah fidgeted in her seat. Even the audience wasn't sure whether to clap or hold their breath. Harrison's face hardened. "So now I'm being accused of, what? Cowardice? Because I'm not making speeches?" Joy shrugged, but her tone was biting. "I'm just saying, we live in dangerous times. And people with influence should stand up. I mean, it's not like you're afraid, are you?" There it was. The moment the conversation turned from discussion to confrontation. Harrison's eyes narrowed. "You invited me here to talk about a film. Not to interrogate me. I didn't come to be lectured or to feed whatever headline you're hoping for." Joy smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. "Maybe you're not used to being challenged." That was the match. Harrison stood up. Calmly. Deliberately. He took a long breath, and for a second, it looked like he might sit back down. But instead, he said, "I've been challenged by better than you, Joy. And I didn't storm Normandy to be grilled on breakfast TV." And with that, he turned and walked off the set. The audience gasped. Cameras scrambled. Whoopi blurted, "We'll be right back," as they cut to commercial. The View hadn't seen a moment like that in years. Within minutes, Twitter was on fire. "Harrison Ford storms off The View," trended worldwide. Millions watched the clip on loop. Some praised him for standing his ground. Others accused him of being thin-skinned. And the debate didn't end there. But behind the scenes, things were even messier. Sources close to the show later revealed that Harrison had explicitly asked producers to steer the conversation away from politics. It was in writing. Multiple emails. His publicist had made it clear. Focus on the film. No political commentary. Joy had ignored it. Maybe she wanted a viral moment. Maybe she didn't think he'd react that strongly. But now, the fallout was real. Backstage, Ford was fuming. A staffer who was there described the scene. He didn't yell. He didn't throw anything. But he was cold. Like deadly calm. He said, "I don't get ambushed. Not at this age. Not for a ratings boost." Then he walked straight out of the building. Producers were panicking. ABC execs were making calls. Joy, to her credit, didn't double down, at least not publicly. That same evening, she released a short statement through her rep. "I respect Mr. Ford and regret that our conversation upset him. It was never my intention to cause discomfort or disrespect. But the apology felt forced. And fans weren't buying it." Then came the twist. 3 days later, Harrison Ford showed up, unannounced, at a veterans charity event in Manhattan. No red carpet. No press. Just him, quietly meeting with older veterans, signing autographs, listening to stories. A reporter caught wind and asked him about the View incident. His reply? "I've got nothing against Joy Behar. But I don't do ambush journalism. I came to talk about a story, not become one." That same night, video leaked of a heated conversation backstage at The View, recorded by an unknown crew member. In the clip, Joy can be heard saying to a producer, "I'm tired of these stars coming in here and thinking they can control the narrative. If he can't handle a simple question, maybe he should stay home." The video blew up. Overnight, the tide turned. Fans who had criticized Harrison now rallied behind him. Hashtags like #JusticeForHarrison and #BoycottTheView began trending. ABC went into full damage control. Joy Behar didn't appear on the show for the next 2 episodes. Officially, she was on a previously scheduled break. But insiders confirmed it was disciplinary. Another twist came a week later when Harrison made a surprise guest appearance on Stephen Colbert's Late Show. The two shared a warm rapport, and midway through the interview, Colbert, always quick with humor, teased, "So, any plans to return to The View soon?" Harrison smirked. "Only if they install an ejector seat." The audience roared. Then, in a rare moment of sincerity, he added, "Look, I don't mind tough questions. But what I do mind is being set up. If you want honesty, ask for it. Don't play games." The applause was deafening. But the final twist? That came 2 weeks later. ABC quietly reached out to Harrison's team to schedule a private conversation with Joy, off-air, behind closed doors. Harrison agreed. According to a source close to the meeting, the two spoke for nearly 40 minutes. No cameras. No press. Just a one-on-one. Joy apologized personally. Harrison accepted. But what surprised everyone was that he offered to return, under one condition: it had to be a real conversation, not a performance. And then, in an unexpected move, Harrison and Joy returned together for a brief, pre-recorded segment aired at the end of a Friday episode. They sat in 2 chairs, no audience, no cue cards. "Just them," Joy said.